Hi, I'm Acidity, and welcome to my Steam trading cards introduction/guide. I decided to make this because I was getting a few comments about, I've got these cards, what the fuck are these? What do I do with them? They're everywhere, they're all over this fucking front page, look at it. Um, and I just thought I'd make a video and be able to point people in that direction instead of, typing out an answer every single time. And maybe it probably wouldn't be enough detail, to be honest. It would just be where they can just have a crash course in the Steam trading card game. Which, if you were divided here, hello, thank you for following my link. I hope you stick around. So, what are these Steam trading cards? They were introduced about 2 months ago as part of the Steam trading card beta, and quite a few people were involved in this. I think it was probably about 300,000 or something joined the group. So they were experimenting with that and changing things, but the scope of the cards was quite limited. So there weren't very many games that you could actually get the cards for. They've recently rolled it out of the beta, and obviously we're preparing it for the summer sale where they've just blown it in our faces, and everyone is confused if they haven't really been following it. So, what the hell are they for? You can use them to craft badges, and Steam badges are tied to your account, and they are kind of like a way to show off, or I guess you can sort of pledge support for your favourite games by featuring a badge on your profile. It also increases your Steam level, and your Steam level is honestly, it's more of a bragging thing. Unless you are like the most popular person and you've filled up your Steam friends list, every level it gives you another 5 friends you can have over the standard limit, which I'm not sure what that was because I never got there. I wish I was a bit more popular. So that increases that. It makes you feel all good about yourself because you've got a big level. And the other thing it does is it gives you these showcases, as you can see on my profile here. And these showcases are given to you every 10 levels, at level 10, level 20, and level 30. And obviously in multiples of 10 after that, so 40, 50, 60, you get another one. And these are quite cool because you can kind of personalise your profile a little bit more. Like I've chosen Game Collector and show off a few of my screenshots and the badges that I've wasted a load of money on. But yeah, you can just kind of do what you want with it. I can select this game. It's quite nice actually. I would kind of recommend maybe getting to level 10 if you can, and just see what kind of thing you can throw up there. There's quite a few different options you can play around with. So, we'll get onto the other rewards for trading cards a bit later on, the rewards for crafting and so on. So, a lot of people have been asking me, this card thing that's everywhere, how do you get them? And the basic answer is, you get them by playing the games that the Steam trading cards are tied into on your Steam account. So obviously you have to own the game on Steam, and you can't add it as a non-Steam game and play it. It doesn't give you the cards that way. It has to be a Steam game. So you don't actually have to play it. I mean, the way I've done a lot of mine is just to go in and leave it idle on a menu screen and like have a sleep or something. Just have a sleep, have a wank, do whatever you want to do for a couple of hours. The cards drop at probably a rate of, I'd say you get one every half an hour to an hour, but there's no kind of fixed time scale of when you get the drops. And you can get different amounts of drops for each game. For each game that's eligible, they have a set amount of cards. I'll just show you on my badges profile here. See, for The Walking Dead, you can get 5 cards. That's 5 cards in the set, and the amount of Steam drops you get for that game is less than, say, Guns of Icarus Online, where you get 9, so you'd probably get about 5 drops for that one. So you can see the difference, but usually there's... Yeah, I mean, it's usually done on a basis of half of the amount of the cards collected, of the total cards needed, will be the amount that drop from that game. Okay, so you're thinking, okay, how do I know which games I have drop trading cards? So if you go to your Steam page, you hover over your name, you go down to badges, and in here you will see this page that we were just on. And you can scroll down and your games will be in here, and if they have something that says a number and card drops remaining, that means that you need to play that game because you've got cards stuck up in there and you can get them. And you can click on that and it'll give you a bit more detail of how many you've earned and how many you have left to get. Be aware, this is where it gets a lot of people actually. The card drops never reset. They never reset. Once you use your card drops, that's it. You don't get any more. It doesn't refill, it doesn't let you have any. It's just that. So you can never complete a set just by card drops alone. The only exceptions to this rule are Dota 2 and Team Fortress 2. These ones, if you spend, I think it's in the ballpark of $10, I think it might be $9 actually. If you spend $9 in-game, it gets you another set of drops, as it's like you've already paid for another game. So that's a way you could do it if you really didn't want to pay or trade or anything like that. But that's just for TF2 and Dota 2, the only games that refill your drops. So, okay, you've looked at that, and then you're like, but hang on, if I want to buy a game, how do I know if it's got trading cards or not? Well, if you go to the store, and you go to, well, just ignore because it's obvious that they have cards, but if you click into, if you're on the store page of a game you potentially want, you can go down, and down here, by multiplayer VAC, it will have Steam trading cards if it participates, or a quick Google search would also give you the answers, but yep, it'll be on the Steam page, so that is a way you could find out. So another question people have got their head around. Okay, there's a limited number of drops for every game. It doesn't give me enough to complete the set. How do I complete the set? Okay, here's where Valve's been... They're trying to push their community market quite a lot. There's a few different options you could go down. We'll start with the obvious first. Well, you could have, say, you've got half your Portal 2 drops and half your Guns of Icarus drops, and your friend has the same thing. It's got half and half. Then you could go to your friend, I'll trade you my half of Portal 2 for your half of Guns of Icarus, and then you've each got a full set, and you could craft. Yeah, that's a way of doing it. You could just trade, there's a lot of groups and groups. There's a Reddit subreddit, I think, about Steam trading cards. So it's like the TF2 trading community. There's a lot of people out there that want that. Another way is the Steam community market that you might not have seen. You hover over community, go down to market, and it's pretty much an eBay version of Steam with your inventory. There's popular items, you can search by newly listed, and you'll be able to search for the different trading cards to complete your collection. So as we're on about Portal, you can search for Portal 2, and go there, and it will bring up everything to do with Portal 2, which is not great, but you can just get along. And there you go, you can buy the cards, click on it, and there you go, you get really nice historical pricing data, so it help you make your decision. Just this yes, it's quite a nice interface. What I would recommend is not going gung-ho straight away and just going in and buying everything. Uh, just make sure you take like an hour or so, or maybe even a day, just to observe the market, see what it does, see what the high points are, see what the low points are, and if you do, like I've been doing that quite a lot, and now I can just look at the page and straight away I know if I want to buy one because I can make a profit on it, or I can buy one because it's a good deal and I can put that in my collection. So that's the way you can get them. That's the three ways you can get the drops, and to start off your collection, and you can trade, or you can go to the market. And be aware that if you trade or use the market, you can buy and trade cards that from games that you don't actually own. Like I've crafted a few badges of games that I don't actually have, so I haven't had any drops in them. Such as Defenders. Well, I haven't crafted a badge there yet, but I haven't got. Well, I've got too many games. I've got too many games. Way too many games. I haven't got Scribblenauts, but I crafted the badge for that. So yeah, that's how we can complete your set really. And what you do once you complete your set is there will be a button that pops up there when you've reached the card collected for the next level, since you need one of each card. And you click that, you go in, and it will have a little craft button there. And I mean, if you check out some of my other videos, I'm guessing you would have seen how badges get crafted. It like just spins it around and then chucks out. And what it will do is it will actually give you some rewards for doing that. It will give you a background for your profile, as you can see on mine. I have a CSGO one. It will give you a background, and it will give you an emote to use in the Steam chat. Otherwise, you won't be able to use that. Even if you know the code for it, it doesn't come up. At the moment, it also gives you these things called a Summer Getaway badge, and a Summer Getaway badge is strange because it's its own badge in itself, which is another thing that people have been asking. Actually, is these things you get a Summer Getaway sale badge card every time you craft a badge. It gives you one, and sometimes when you vote in the community choice on the store page, it will actually give you a card for voting every now and then. I've got one so far, but that's another way you can get these cards. And it's just all it does is craft the same way as game cards do into badges. I'm actually working on mine at the moment. So yeah, and the one other way you can actually get cards, which is not a reliable way to hope on filling out your collection, is booster packs. And booster packs are completely random. All you have to do to qualify to get one is for you to get to your badge page, and you go down, and where you would have had the eligible drops, it says no cards remaining. Click how to earn drops, and it will tell you that you're eligible for a booster pack. And these booster packs are rare and random. What they are is you open it and 3 cards come out. I think there is a higher chance of getting a foil card if you use a booster pack, so you have a higher chance of foil. So it's up to you whether you want to sell it for the increased price, which I definitely do, or whether you take the chance and get foil, and you can either collect that or sell it on for quite a large profit, usually, depending on the game. So that's booster packs. You have to have extinguished your card drops in the game, and you have to own that game. You don't have to be online to receive them. I've got mine when I've been offline. You don't have to be playing the game. You don't have to play the game again since you've got the card drops. It's completely random. Okay, so say you've heard all this and you're like, well, I don't really want to do this badge thing. It's just not for me. Okay. Well, what you could do is you can sell your cards on the marketplace, on the Steam Community Market, which will give you Steam Wallet balance you can use to buy games on Steam, especially from the sale at the moment. I know I spent a whole shitload. But yeah, you could do that, or you could trade for people. People are quite willing to trade away games for these things. So it's up to you which way you want to go down. I quite like the card thing. I'm a bit of a collector, so as you can see from my game collection. But if you have any more like questions or queries, if you need something tidied up about that you don't quite understand about these trading cards, just leave me a comment underneath and I'll either get back to you or make a new video about it. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Acidity.